Alright, we're back. We're in. We're doing it. We're what's happening. We are the world. We are the, I don't even remember the words to that song, so welcome! Hey, yo! Woo! We're back. Trying. Here's the awkward, they have the awkward voice, I always forget. What are your pronouns? Yes is the voice. It's the nervous voice. Now I'm going to see, I'm playing, this is a blind play, so hopefully I can get my HOTUS to, like, work without, like, too much difficulties. Knowing me, and the way I do things, there's gonna be no chance of things going smoothly, but let's jump in and have a look at this game. Just going... Oh, you're absolutely right there. I'm just going to turn down the music a little bit because this is like loud as fuck. Holy shit. I mean, not bad music, but and apparently it's not going to give me copyright strikes, so... Wait, I got a thing. Okay. Oh yeah, I was like, hey, I was actually watching a video earlier today from someone I actually really like. What they do is, what was it called? Let me jump into my history because it's only a couple of videos back. But she was talking about, I guess, YouTube drama, because that's what I'm always watching. What is this? Let me just press pause, because... No. How Gabby Hanna destroyed her career from a YouTube user named Cruel World Happy Mind, 200,000 subscribers. Good job. Yay! So, like, she does a good job of documenting everything and, like, the reasons why people, you know, like, got put off by her. But, like, as I was watching it, all I could feel was sympathy for Gabby, because it was obvious that she had, she knew she had ADHD, but it was obvious that she had no support from anyone around her, no psychological support for it either, which, you know, it's inevitable that things are going to turn out badly for someone who doesn't have... Oh shit, it's overloading. Why is it overloading? I thought I fixed all this. Hold on a second, let me double check. I am looking for... Oh, no, it's back to normal, okay. It's probably just too many windows open. Alright, let's jump in. Let's learn this game. Alright. Oh, come on, overloaded? Why? So rude. Flight training? Nah. Alright, limited starting. Let's be normal. Hey. Figure out what this game's about. Yeah, well, I mean, Rebel Galaxy is like a 4X game. No, fuck. It... Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, I've trapped you. We're watching anime. But yeah. Oh man, they look so cool in this. It reminds me of Die Fantasy. Do you remember that music video? You know, the one with the... Yeah, well, like, it's like, it reminds me of that French animation studio that did that, with like the teenagers in the pool with the tentacles and the Cthulhu and the eyes boiling. Like, it just reminds me of that animation style. Like, I would not be surprised if it's the same people that worked on that. But it is really cool. I've already seen this animation because of the trailer in it, so yeah. I mean, like, you know, whatever you use, opportunistic. I like this girl's moxie. Is she me? I assume this is some form of introduction as to... Janice. Yeah. I mean, like, the music is pretty sick as well, though. Fucking banana! Oh, shit. Wouldn't it freeze? Or am I thinking wrong, the wrong stuff again, like... I really want to throw a banana into space and see what happens now. I just want to know what happens to a banana in space. Has anyone ever has anyone ever done that? Done something with a banana in space? Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome. Oh, she looks angry.
I wasn't sure I'd ever hear from you again after your transition to domesticity.
Domestic life is on hold for me. My husband is...
Old school stuff.
I'm in the shit.
His passing wasn't accidental.
No, it wasn't. I tracked the guy who did it here today. But the upshot is that I'm a little rusty these days.
Can't wait till bubble tea arrives.
Rock until I can scrape together the cash for another ride. You know I don't like to ask for a handout, and I know it's been a long time, but...
Say no more, Juno. I used to have a small waste transport operation in Texas. In-system sheets, no jump drives. There might be...
Yeah.
Storage. Right now, I'll take anything I
What
can.
about my... use my Jedi mind tricks on him.
Aha! There's an old Pathfinder still in mothballs on Lubbock.
A platypus? Well, I did just say...
Fucking platypus, yes.
What'll I owe ya?
There's a package I'm anxious to have delivered. If you could see your way clear to bringing it to me in Nevada, we could consider ourselves square.
I can do that. So, this package, do I need to watch my back?
I like to keep a low profile, but there's no entanglement with the law. You'll need to pick up the package on Nacogdoches.
Do I have a contact?
Richter Brust.
I'm gonna lose my lead on my target. You think you could ask around for me? His name is Ruth, but I guess he also goes by Ruthless. Big guy, lots of rings strung around his neck, dresses pretty fancy.
I'll see what I can do. I'll let you know what I found when you show up in...
I really want to know what some of these buttons do. Like, I've got some turny buttons that don't seem to ever be mapped to anything.
God, this thing didn't just haul trash, it is trash. Better get to it.
That's cool. Well, probably, like, any spaceflight sim would probably use it. It's got dual thrust. Alright, equipment bay. No, actually, I realise how good the toggles are now. Yeah, it means that the way that they are means that they actually mean... It means that you can toggle twice as many things, so, like, you know, it's worth it there. As long as I can toggle everything. Yeah, uh-huh. Okay. Alright, well, oh, okay, so there's a ship dealer. Do I have to buy it? Oh, I own this. I can buy other stuff. Alright, cool. Renaming the ship. Okay, let's call this... What does it look like again? Tiny Tina. Just like my new car. Yeah. Ooh, I can paint the ship. Yes. Oh god, what? Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. You have given me too much power. Oh shit. Alright. Oh my gosh. Control Z. That's whack. Holy crap. I can smudge. Oh yeah. That's it. Like hugging its knees. Lovingly caressing it. Oh my gosh, it's got pen pressure. I could use it. I could literally use my stylus for this, but I'm not gonna. I know what I'm gonna do. Strength of 100. No, let's give us a 50. Oh, I don't know. What? Why is it not? Why you know? Oh, that's why. Fucking pencil. There we go. 16 pixel. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I thought it was whack. Alright, cool. Yeah, there we go. No. Uh-oh. Oh well. What? No. Well, not well enough anyway. Let's do this properly. Yeah, I do. Okay. I'll do a farting butthole. There we go. There we go. Your ass. Yeah. That gave me too much power. Way too much power. And for classicness sake, let's give ourselves a nice big... Oh, okay, that's some interesting... that's some interesting... interesting stuff there. The fact that it's painting bits means that I like, because I know what this is doing is it's painting the UV map. I can see it actually painting other stuff as I'm going, so it must be like right next to it because of the way that I'm doing it. And, there we go. Let's bring it down. Bring it down. Oh yeah, that's the button. Now, how do I do this again? I need to bring up a picture. Hold on. That's not bad. Not working the way I want it to. Fine, I'll do it stupidly. It's gonna look terrible. Well, someone's got to thank him for it, because it was the perfect thing to send into space. I know that she looks angry most of the time, and a guy with glasses wants to kill her. Yeah. And that's about it at the moment. It looks like a sort of a game where you go out into space and do, like, missions. It's like dogfighting. So, like, Freelancer, Elite Dangerous, that kind of thing. You know? Like, it's my jam. I saw it and I thought, oh, it looks like it could be some fun. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't turning out very well, but you kind of get the idea. I'm sure I can do that. My farty butt, your ass here. I think that'll do good. I think it's just a smiley face, a yellow smiley face, and then we go. And so you sent me some interesting videos earlier. Yeah, well, it looks like that classic trope of a footballer getting into journalism and just not being good at journalism. Like, he just seems very mediocre to me. Alright, cool. Now what do we do? Okay. So, how do I get out of this? Exit? Wait, I can print a physical model? That's actually really cool. That's actually really cool. Why did this game not get higher reviews? It was like, it was sitting around 60% when I got it, so I'm like, Okay. Rebel Galaxy. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. Bartender. How's it going, buddy?
What can I get for you?
What do you say?
Bounties.
Call a few bounties. Know of anything around here?
I mean, this is really like classic freelancer style stuff.
Might need a little financial consideration.
How are we doing delivery? Oh wait, what? He wants me to pay for it? He wants me to pay 490 credits. Okay, so late. Rude. Alright, I'll pay you the credits.
Great.
Yeah, why not?
The information on your pad, I'll be sending it along.
I mean, like, why can't you just fucking tell me? Can you not afford the stuff? What's freighters?
About cargo freighters in the area? And
You bet. Lots of that sort of information.
Ah, that's good. I'm good with the bounties. Yes.
what's the skinny?
There was
Not
rumor
me.
going around about something stashed out of the way. They do
What?
have coordinates. Maybe worth a look.
Thanks.
Terrible. What about Malibu? Huh? Do you like the bars in Malibu? What's a Starvenger?
Hmm.
Oh, it's a game. No, it's not.
Pretty quiet around here.
Yeah.
You look like you can play.
Yeah, it was made on, it was like pre-LED. What did they use? They used, but it was basically a game powered by lasers. No, I'm good, buddy. I don't want to spend time playing that. I like that, like, 90% of the people I've met have been, like, you know, minorities and women. That's actually really cool. I noticed that. I just noticed that stuff when why? Hold on, I'll be back, people. I don't know if there's any people. No one's chatting. I'm probably all alone with Jordan, which is actually fine. I don't mind. This is a mission log with available missions. Detective work, pirate siege, pirate danger, probe coordinates, local delivery. Well, I do like no jump drive. Okay, local delivery. Okay, I'll do some local deliveries. Oh yeah. Ooh, my drink's coming. I'm gonna have some bubble tea. Yay. Ah! I mean, thanks for telling me my driver. Ooh, hello. What's this? A bounty for the elimination of a pirate control. But what for? What about probing? Okay. Probe sounds good. That sounds good. Go to the landing pad. Yeah, but so far this is exactly like Freelancer. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. I don't know if I'm supposed. It does look quite good. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, like this just feels like, ow! Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh, what? Seriously? Okay. So that is not what you're supposed to map things to. Whoa! I actually really like this, that looks cool. Menus, no. Flight. Alright, steer right. Steer left. Roll left. Roll right. Wait, let's roll modifier. Oh, there's presets at the bottom there. T-flight, twin, warthog, default, T-flight. Wingman extreme. Oh, wait, I think this is the... No, it's not a warthog. Sorry, I'm just going through the interesting stuff here. Oh, well, there doesn't have to be that. Okay. Default this thing. Alright. I'm gonna have to figure this stuff out. So, steering left What does a roll modifier mean? Who? Oh, Hakeem. Oh, Hakeem. Oh, nice. Secondary. Jeez, look at all this shit. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay, cool. Right. If this helps. No. No, far out. Mm. Okay. There we go. Ugh. Oh, okay, so that's the boost.
Scan. Hold steady, citizen.
Oh, so it's a hold. Pardon me. Okay, so I have to say the UI. So this is. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh. What's this? Bounty coordinate. Okay. What's this mean? How do I switch into reverse is the question. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is so weird. Alright.
Safe traveling.
Okay, buddy. The question being, I'm moving forward. I don't know how to fix out that, so. Seem to be moving in a direction though. Oh, that stuff works. Hey! It's me! Hi! I don't know if you can hear me if you've got sound on. But I'm trying to figure out how to play this game and it is not going well. As usual. The music is good though. What's this one do?
Bounty detected.
Oh, what? Bounty detected? What does that mean?
Any trouble you run into.
Bounty detected.
Okay. Well, what do I do? How do I go to the bounty? Alright, what does this toggle do then? I don't think these are... Autopilot is 6. I don't know what button 6 is. Alright. So how are you doing today, Jordan? Like the music, the UI is like frightening to me because it's so like, but I can't seem to control my rate of speed by the HOTAS stick, so I think I need to map those sticks. Ah! Yay! Oh wait, how are we doing? Worst game show ever. Oh, my drink's here. I'm gonna drink some. I will be right back. You can still hear me though. I'm walking past Jordan. Hi, Jordan. Yes. I'm hearing an echo. Ugh. I'll lock that door later. Well, don't tell them we live at 43 East Shore Street in West Ministry. You know, Ellie. I got like double the cream mousse, so it's gonna have cream cheese in it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. Yep. Mango. Okay. I'm always funny. I'm hilarious. Okay. How do I do this? Shall we watch a weird video? Let me just Okay, what's the worst thing? Alright, where's the music volume? Well, how do I do stuff? Oh, okay, buttons. Oh wait, I can just hit. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
She really.
Alright, let's have a look at this one. Celebrities who insulted Ellen DeGeneres on her own show. I just thought that'd be funny to watch. we stand people who criticize friends of war criminals. Yeah. Wait, do you not know about this? Like she's like friends with George Bush and people and stuff, and she's like, yeah. Hey! All right.
And she really does, she still has a judgment about gay marriage. She said if the word marriage is that important, and I was like, it is, because that's the word.
From guests who pushed the limit to an audience member who doesn't know her place, join me as I show you some celebs who insulted Ellen DeGeneres on her
Okay,
show.
we'll try and stick with
Do
this.
you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch.
As in one case where she did a giveaway for the crowd. It wasn't a lot. She gave away a bunch of swag, shirts, cups, hats, those kinds of things. But it's really the thought that counts here. It's stuff that they can own and know that not many people have. It's a gesture, and a nice one at that. There was only one catch. Each audience member could only get one item. Gee, I wonder what happened. When the time came, Ellen sent the audience members in groups to go get their swag. But what the audience didn't know was that Ellen had wired the room with cameras, likely for giggles, but also to make sure that guests followed the rules, or to see if any touching moments occurred. And lo and behold, one did when one woman wanted both a t-shirt and a hat, but couldn't because of the rule. So her friend offered to buy her that hat later on. A very nice thing, and Ellen was more than happy to just give the lady the hat without charge. However, some didn't have that same amount of honor. For one audience member entered the room and clearly didn't know that there was a camera watching her. Not only did she take more than one item, she got her friend to take even more items. Oh, but that wasn't enough for her. She then went and made passes and lied to other audience members just so she could get even more swag for herself.
Oh,
when the time
come
came to
on.
reveal it, Ellen did, in full glory and without editing, just so everyone in the world who was watching could see what the woman did. She has no one to blame but herself. She insulted
Yeah,
Ellen's kindness.
fuck
Now
Ellen.
she has to live with the shame. When she
Like,
tried to
it's
explain herself,
oh,
Ellen wasn't
you
buying it
shame
one bit.
some
And
poor
Ruth,
woman
while Ellen's
who
a
wants
great
to,
lady,
like, have some extra stuff. Like, how bullshit's that? Oh, you still there? Yeah. What? Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Axis up. Axis down. There we go. I don't know what this is. I really want to know what roll modifier does. So let's turn. Let's check it out then. Okay, so
You hear of any good leads, you let me know.
Craft inbound.
okay, hold on. Alright, so let's figure this out then. Wait, what? That's all it does. It stops it. It just stops my roll. That's silly. But this, so yeah, I've put it into this. Let me see if someone else has done this. This is going to be too hard for me to do.
Not afraid to be shrewd and prove a point. In fact, she threw her in her show's jail just so it could be very clear what she had done and how wrong it was.
Oh,
Lesson
for
here,
fuck's sake!
Ellen has a
Really?
for you. Don't ruin the moment. Number 6, Jada De Laurentiis. Ellen loves food, and so she occasionally has her fair share of cooking guests on her show to make some fun meals and have general cooking fun with the audience. This included Chef Giada De Laurentiis. Usually, this would have been a perfect cooking guest, except that Giada couldn't control herself when she was on the show, and that resulted in many insults on Ellen's behalf, which made her appearance all the more tense and weird. Giada De Laurentiis kept laying into Ellen in one form or another, with no signs of stopping, while they cooked together. The dish they were making
Oh,
was
is
a
that
special
that
kind of
cooking
rice balls.
woman?
Ellen was having a little trouble making the rice
She's
balls,
got.
so Giada
Sorry,
said that it looked
sorry
like dog
to
food.
shame, but she's
Then when
got.
other
She
guests in the
scares
club
me
did
when
come
she
aboard
smiles.
to help bake some rice balls too, she said, "The woman who can't cook made the perfect ball." Ellen and Kidman later teamed up to take down Giada, including insulting the renowned chef's bread. Giada did return to the show later, but it was still very awkward.
Bitch.
I'm gonna fix it. Look. There, it's all fixed.
So the lesson here is, if you're invited to Ellen's show to cook, focus on the food, and be nice when something doesn't turn out right. That's called class, and that's not something that should have to be explained.
This guy's really annoying.
Number 5, Sean Hayes. One of the reasons that Ellen DeGeneres is one of the most beloved hosts on TV is because she's light on her feet. She's just able to take jests and return them in kind without much effort. Also, Ellen DeGeneres is proudly gay, and she's all for having people of the LGBTQ+ community on her show, which includes famous actor
Anything
Sean Hayes
better?
of Will and Grace fame. For the record, this particular Jest Fest was
Now, as we know, Suits is a very sexy drama, and we've had a crack at writing our very own episode. A kind
No. Alright, let's find something else to watch. You got any ideas? I mean, we can always check out. Hmm? Alright. I mean, like, that's old news now, but, what is it? Well, apparently Destiny debated Sam said. Also, fuck Destiny. Yeah. Unsubscribed. Like, no joke, I had to unsubscribe from him because it's just, like, pissed me off too much. Like when you start giving preparing like far right lunatics for debates against people that you don't like just for the sake that you don't like them, you're no longer really a pathway away from the far right. You're actually starting to send people back that direction. He's no longer helpful for the left. So yeah. Yeah, it's a gaming YouTuber. Oh, here we go. Omen Animations. Got him. We know which one. Should we start from the beginning? Ben Shapiro destroys. There's a full-on series. We'll start with hold on. Let's sort by oldest. Oh, I can't play it backwards. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to do it manually. Oh wait, I can queue them. Queue. This is gonna be the oh crap. Forgot. Queued. Also, I exited out of the game because I realized it's going to take me ages to actually like figure out what each button does, because unfortunately it's not like really mapped very well for the controller I've got. Yeah.
Welcome to the debate. I'm Chris Henry, and we are live from the studio. Senator Sanders, what would you say is the prime difference between you and Biden?
Come a long way.
Chris. This demented buffoon was a segregationist that said, I don't want my children growing up in a racial jungle. He was friends with white supremacists. He lied about getting arrested in South Africa. He supported the Iraq War. I opposed it. He said he would veto Medicare for all if it had congressional support. Obviously, I support it. He thought Roe v. Wade went too far. I'm 100% for Roe v. Wade. Biden tried to cut Social Security countless times. I would expand it. His incomprehensible healthcare plan would leave at least 10 million people uninsured. So I'm sorry to say, if you elect this man, you will indeed lead this country back to the status quo, the normalcy defined by millions of people suffering from illness and poverty, just so that the rich can get a tiny bit richer.
Listen, fat, first of all, I'm the guy that killed Martin Luther King. Excuse me, I'm the guy that Martin Luther King was my friend and brother. I taught him about racism. Let's get this straight, man. I'm the guy that got this country to stop using straws because they ended up in the noses of sea turtles. Or excuse me, tortoises. Number 2, I used to go to the grocery store. They got these long lines. I'll put an end to that. 2011, a veteran by the name of Spear Hodgman came up to me, and he's a big dude. We're talking 6'7", 400 pounds. He came up to me. He's got these huge chicken hands. I mean, his hands were the size of chickens. He grabs my shoulders, and he just started crying. Huge guy. He says to me, Joe, I don't want free health care. I fought hard in Iraq to protect America.
Are you having as a difficult a time following this as I am?
I grabbed his hand, and I said, John, I will never support Medicare for all. He thanked me, and I swear to God he died right in my arms.
I strongly doubt everything he just said, to be frank.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn turn.
The Metal Gear Solid reference is amazing.
What did you say? And the kids used to reach in the pool and rub their leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
What do you mean by that?
150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability.
What's wrong with you?
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts.
What are you talking about?
Hello, good sir.
Oh yeah, this is the best take ever.
And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
I heard that Velwyn Benaris is trying to sell off the Hopefully the new owners will clean that eyesore up.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
You must have a death wish.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect.
What proof of your outlandish accusations
It's just,
have you brought?
it is that's what he
fucking piss off. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must attend to those pressing matters I spoke of earlier. Good day.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
And what? Yeah, rough up. I think he just wanted to take him round back and get him to stroke his legs, to be honest. Fucking the kid stroking his legs thing is the worst one. I don't know if that's doctored at all, but fucking hell. Please tell me that's not a real quote. Why? Oh my gosh. Somebody save him! Yes. Oh gosh. He's the hey Americans. He's the This is your president.
Hello, good sir.
Excuse me? Did I just get misgendered by a fucking video? Oh shit, it's meta.
Hello, I'm Amon Hawk, and today we're going to discuss 10 things about Metal Gear Solid 2 that you most likely do not know. Now, it's important for me to note that this game has been out for a very long time. Most avid fans know just about everything in the game. However, they're not me. The things I picked for this list are extremely rare and have not been extensively covered by other videos. So if you know every single thing on this list, you are indeed a fanatic. Anyway, let's get started. Most of the items in this list were discovered by me when I was a kid playing through.
I find animation to be the hardest thing, or at least the most time. No, sorry, like
first entry is no exception.
Skeleton mapping and weighting the UV is the hardest thing for me.
Zoom in very closely to this cigarette, which is really hard to do without pressure sensitivity.
I don't like it because it messes with my geometry, and my geometry is perfect.
Snake is smoking Hope Japanese brand cigarettes. You all know the beloved Marine Commander Scott Dolph, father of Fortune and lover of Vamp.
Why would you put polygons? Why would you put extra polygons on a freaking okay, you've got a cube. Why do you have 50 fucking vertices on one side of this cube, on one face? There's just like, it's just zigzag, fucking doesn't even need to have one. Yes, there's geometry on the other side, but you can fix that. You can make it look good. There are ways to reduce geometry to make me feel like I'm not going to pull my hair out looking at it. Anyway, but yeah, that's why I'm weird. It's so bad. So bad.
And karaoke.
It's sad.
In his description, the real Scott Dolph notes his surprise that Hideo killed him off and made him Vamp's lover. Scott Dolph also narrated the early internal promotional material for the game as well.
It has been 2 years since the Shadow Moses Island incident. New York was suffering unmatched environmental destruction.
Here is some unused audio of Solid Snake complaining that he is supposed to be the main character.
Hey, I'm the main character. The hero of this game is me.
There's also unused audio of Snake revealing to Raiden that he follows him around using stealth camouflage, which explains how he knows everything Raiden is doing.
What's the matter, Raiden?
Snake, where are you?
Oh, that's right. You can't see me because of my stealth camouflage.
Stealth camouflage?
Otacon brought it for me.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
Well...
Let me guess. I didn't ask, right?
You're learning, kid. Now remember, you may not be
I'm
able
not
to
sure.
see me.
I know that there was one said in Nicaragua.
There's also this one.
Good morning, Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin. Did you sleep well?
Yeah, thank you. I'm good. Feeling much better.
Originally, when transitioning from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, the team was not sure about the artistic direction that they wanted to take with the 3D models. For a time, they experimented with toon shading and stylized textures based on the artwork of Yoshi Shinkawa. Hold on there, Iman. That fact was already covered in a different YouTube video. Ah, great. Thank you. I didn't know that while I was writing.
Hurry!
Alright, fine. Here's another one. You can find the label for Takugawa Heavy Industries in the piping of the pump room in Strut A and on various boxes and machinery in Strut E. This
if you don't clean your rooms,
company that created the
how are you going to get any pudding?
And Gray Fox, as indicated by the labeling on their armor. Early in development, internally the game was called Metal Gear Solid 3 rather than 2. There are a few rumors that try to explain this. Some say that this was because of the Metal Gear Solid VR missions that came out after Metal Gear Solid 1. Or, some say, it's because they were going to split the Tanker chapter and the Plant chapter into 2 different games. However, it's more likely that Hideo just wanted to confuse people further. Some even suggest that the 3 in the title would represent the 3 tallest skyscrapers on Manhattan. Solidus's swords are called the partisan swords, one
Really?
being the Democrat while the other being the Republican. He's also the 43rd president of the US, making him the stand-in for George Bush. The fact that Solidus concocted a terrorist attack on Manhattan is, well...
Of course he did.
Pliskin's
Well,
skin gets
is that
paler
what the first
after
thing he said?
loses blood from the vamp encounter when you first meet him. However, according to the script, Pliskin pretends to be more injured than he really is in order to stay behind
On the
Ryan
day,
so
okay.
whether he could be trusted or not. The real reason
Yeah,
he
mate,
has that
like-
strong reaction upon seeing the Navy captain is because he realized that he was carrying the nuclear football. In addition, the script states that Pliskin is supposed to look somewhat like a 50-year-old liquid snake
Yeah, that's
with
not
long
good.
blonde hair and all. There was an edition of Zone of the Enders, the second runner, that contained the demo of Metal Gear Solid 2. If you had a Game Shark like I did, you could use cheats to access various items that were cut in production. This included the
That's
famous
really
shown
cool.
in the trailers, a SOCOM pistol, and a guard outfit for Snake. There are several
Oh, yeah,
things to note
like,
about the final scene of the game.
people need to,
First, as most die-hard MGS fans know, Vamp is shown in the
show this man
background,
some love.
signifying his survival. And if
By
you
a
zoom in, you
supercomputer.
can see that in fact he is just a 2D image, which makes sense. Why waste any processing power on a barely visible 3D model? But in addition to Vamp, look at this incredibly stupid-looking car next to him. I'm just going to assume that that is his car. Oh, but there are other things to point out about this scene. In the script, Rose was supposed to have blonde hair only during this scene as Raiden learns that she is in fact a real person. Meanwhile, Solidus has both of his eyes for no reason at all, and everyone seems pretty calm about the fact that the 43rd president broke his spine while dressing as Dr. Octopus. Oh, and also millions of New Yorkers are now dead, which brings me to number 10. As many know, the events of 9/11 had a big impact on the ending of Metal Gear Solid 2. Originally, Arsenal Gear was supposed to crash into the Statue of Liberty and displace it to the Immigration Center. But there is another way that 9/11 changed the ending. Originally, Raiden was supposed to cut the American flag down, and it would fall on the body of Solidus in a symbolic gesture. In the released version, Raiden just swipes his sword victoriously, and that's that. There's also cut content of reporters joking about the Statue of
That's
Liberty
really
finally
interesting.
going through the immigration process due to its displacement. Which, of course, makes absolutely no sense, since millions of people just got crushed by Arsenal Gear. The whole
Yeah.
inspirational speech by Snake at the end
This
is
isn't
pretty
enough drama
absurd
for
when you
me.
consider the sheer volume of death that has just...
Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
You did? If you did, send me the link.
Right now.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1,600 billion worth.
Huh?
$1,400 billion.
Hey, that's not...
Out of $1,400 billion. $1,400 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much.
Are you under orders from the Patriots?
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Why do you keep saying that?
My long friend, Todd friend, and she's a friend. She's been my friend in and out of public life. Anyway.
I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Yeah.
Who are you, Joe? And what the hell is Corn Pop?
Guess what? I ain't dead, and I'm not gonna die.
What the hell?
I'll admit it.
What's this? Okay, now let's have a look.
I don't judge how you
Oh.
reacted to September 11th.
Rest in peace, buddy.
I don't really, make it my business to monitor other people's emotional reactions to things. But I do think that there is probably one way of reacting to September 11th. That maybe even like Osama bin Laden would have been like, whew, that's a little tasteless. So this is Donald Trump from a local newscast shortly after the September 11th attacks. And, he has made a big point in this campaign about his sort of acute strategic and international relations analysis. Let's get some of it right here in real time with Donald Trump after September 11th.
It's a pretty tough situation.
Donald, you have one of the landmark buildings down in the financial district, 40 Wall Street. Did you have any damage, or did you know what's happened down there?
Well, it was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people, and they said it's the most unbelievable site. It's probably 7 or 8 blocks away from the World Trade Center, and yet Wall Street is littered with 2 feet of stone and brick and mortar and steel, and there are thousands of people walking over the debris.
So there was Donald Trump having his life transformed by September 11th. And I mean, literally, his life was transformed.
I mean, like, heartless, yeah, but it's not, like, as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not as gloating as he usually is, like, currently.
That I'm almost at the point, you talk about grading on a curve.
But, like, it's inappropriate, to say the least, but really he was led in that by the guy who was interviewing him.
How fucking petty do you get?
Like, fuck that guy.
If you want to go on the internet and generate the best 9/11 conspiracy ever, I would suggest Donald Trump, tallest building in Lower Manhattan, secret Al-Qaeda connection through the Emirates.
Cui bono.
That. Exactly.
Didn't he have a Bin Laden family member staying at his Trump Tower?
Probably.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get on it. Get on it.
Trump also received, I think it was like $500,000, I remember reading, for in like emergency funding for 9/11.
Yes.
And there wasn't no damage to his building.
Well, it affected him psychologically.
And also,
that's what I think he
needed-
defended
yeah.
it as, is that the people that worked there like affected them.
it's like just to maintain, all of a sudden you're the #1 tallest building
Yeah.
in Lower Manhattan. You're going to need to like bring
Polish
on some new staff.
it.
Buy a few new suits.
Oh gosh,
It's
that's
like
terrible.
the kids weren't as excited as I was.
Clean the windows, guys. We've got to clean the windows.
Guys,
It's our time.
We're #1.
Hey folks, Sam Cedar here. I just got back from a company-wide meeting. Accounting is really coming down on me hard. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So please, enjoy this channel. Subscribe. Right up. Right down there.
What do you mean? Trump's always been in media, like, he's constantly been, like, the inspiration for most... Ow. Oh, come on, really? There's another one? Rude. Yeah, don't run away, buddy. He's constantly been, like, so many, I mean, that's some more news episode where he's talking about how, like, every like major bad guy from the 90s was based on Trump. In movies, I mean. Whenever they made a movie. Yeah. Dinosaurs. No, I wouldn't say that's weird. Pardon me. While I colonize this planet. Alright. I wonder what Tucker Carlson has been saying lately. What do they call it? What's his thing called? The Tucker Carlson Live? One day.
Glenn Greenwald is an independent journalist. His work is on Substack. He joins us tonight. I should say to our audience, we have not talked about this. I have no idea what your views are on this. I was talking to my producers 2 hours ago. Let's just get Glenn Greenwald. He's smart.
Oh,
He'll know what the hell.
he's in a very good
because I
mood.
don't, but something is. What do you think is happening?
Well, first of all, on the question of Biden's capabilities, I think it's worth recalling that throughout 2019, leading Democrats were the ones on that station, on MSNBC, in the press, who were constantly warning that Biden's cognitive decline was obvious because they were worried he would get the nomination and not be able to withstand the rigors of the election. And he was lucky.
I did exactly the same thing with Trump. Like, everyone does it.
So that has been a narrative that came from the Democratic Party, and obviously it's worsened over the last 2 years. But I actually think that one of the things that's going on here is obviously the corporate wing of the media, the liberal corporate wing, is liberal. They're attached to the Democratic Party, but with one exception, which is they really do believe constantly in militarism and war. Their closest relationships in the media are with the CIA, are with the Pentagon, are with the national security state. They constantly cheer for war. They constantly want more war. And I think that they don't care about things like crises at the border or inflation or joblessness, none of which affects them. I do think, though, that they're deeply offended when they see America greatness as they perceive it falling and failing. And these kinds of images are ones Americans are not accustomed to seeing, losing to what is essentially a primitive fighting force in the most humiliating manner possible. So I think that it offends their ideology, which believes in militarism, which constantly cheers for war.
I love Tucker's
and
face during this shit.
by a lot of their sources in the military, in the CIA, who they revered the most and who did not want withdrawal. Remember, Tucker, when Trump tried to withdraw
it's like
from
his brain
Afghanistan,
turns
the
off
CIA invented a
while
lie
someone else is talking
that Russians had
until he
placed
like hears
bounties
something he
on the
doesn't
heads of
like.
American soldiers and leaked it to the New York Times to prevent Trump from leaving. A lot of official Washington doesn't want this withdrawal, and they didn't want it with Trump. They didn't want it with Biden, and I think a lot of the anger is coming from that.
So I was fervently in favor of withdrawing. I'm grateful that we did withdraw. I'm just offended by the incompetence and the humiliation that accompanied it. What you're saying is that we imagined CNN was controlled by the DNC. In fact, it's controlled by the CIA.
Exactly. And I mean, they're certainly, the two are kind of the same usually, right? I mean, over the past 5 years, there's been a merger between the Democratic Party and the CIA. If you look at polling, Democrats...
So they're saying that the Democratic Party and the CIA have joined together.
It's Republicans who are skeptical of the deep state as a result of the Trump years. But
wait.
I do think that's part of it. But I also think, and this is key, is that the
so
Biden
like,
plan to...
What is the CIA supposed to be like a different country or some shit? I'm like, what did these people think that the CIA does? I'm not disagreeing so much as I'm like, well, like but surely if there's a Democratic president, surely they should have some modicum of control over the CIA. Like, isn't that a good thing? Isn't that like the point of electing a president? I mean, they don't really want the CIA to be like beholden to no one, right? Do they? I mean, this confuses me. Like, what do they want to have happen? Do they want the CIA to just be secret and like no one knows what they do, or do they want like government control over like a very dangerous and like the original cause of the fall of the Afghanistan communist government. I mean, don't they want that? I mean, the whole Afghanistan thing has all turned out pretty well for America. Not the people, obviously, but the government. They got lots of money. You know? They stopped communism. I mean, it's all about America's interests, isn't it? Oh, hey. You're thinking, on the cube. Nobody knows what it's supposed to be for. They just built it. Oh shit, that's one of the, this is one of the, really angry, powerful ones. Yeah. Oh. Fucking thing. These things are creepy. There we go. Alright, now I shoot. Now I shoot to kill. Oh, and then he walks behind the thing. Alright, cool. I'm gonna shoot you now. Aha, I got ya. Right, Mark Johnson. Oh, cool. Oh, whoops. See? He's not gonna be able to get me now. Aha! You can't get me! Oh, I feel bad now. Oh no, his friend's gonna help. Oh, what happened? Where did it go? Oh gosh, he got out, but I've got my thing. Suckers! Oh gosh, haha! Oh gosh, ah! Oh, I killed it. That was close. I misjudged that. Seriously, David's so bad at answering messages. So rude. Ooh, motors. Screws. Computer. No, he's not. No shade. Huh. Is there anything else here? Anything cool? Yeah. Oh, we need 50 megawatts. Alright, well then let's make ourselves 50 megawatts! Yeah, I'm aware. Gigawatts? Oh, gigawatts. Oh yeah, you're right, it is gigawatts, isn't it? Yeah, it's gigawatts. Jiggly-watts. Jiggly-watts, jiggly-watts. All of you 90 kids. Only 90 kids know. 90s kids knows. I mean, like, I was referencing Pokemon, which is an anime. Wow. By the time it got onto our screens, it was barely an anime. Oh look, it's a lizard tree. Did you just get Sky News? Mm-hmm. I've still got my card somewhere. Oh, I'm just looking. Oh wow, there's a lot of new videos. Okay, what's this one? Anti-vax videos. Why? But that requires me to like leave the house. And, like that's just not gonna happen. I don't want to leave the house. Well, I do, but like I don't want to have to like worry about leaving the house. Pardon me. I need to. Oh, I wonder if guys, does that mean I'm going to be logged in? Oh, sweet. Cool. Hold on. There we go. Whoa, it's big. There we go, that's better. Not now.
All over the alternative media. It's not my choice.
There we go.
Thank you to everyone.
Former chief scientist and vice president of the Allergy and Respiratory Research Division of the drug company Pfizer. So, vice president of Pfizer. No, vice president of the Allergy and Respiratory Research Division, which does not sound like the virology division.
Remark all over the alternative media. It's not my choice. I'd be.
That's not. No,
would have
I don't
been
do
very
that.
happy to have been interviewed by any mainstream TV, radio, newspaper, and I did write to phone all of them. As you know, I hope you know, there was complete suppression of anyone's opinion other than the dominant narrative. Now, the reason I've been speaking out from the beginning was that it was just blindingly obvious as early as April 2020 that we were being lied to, just literally absurd. And so those of you who might think, well, I'm a conspiracy theorist, I will say there is an international plan. There's nothing theoretical about it. For example, each country, scores of them, had their own pandemic preparedness plans. Of course they did. And they're all slightly different. And then they all threw them away about the same time. And then they all adopted what I call the 8 COVID lies. Now, if you've ever seen any of my interviews, you'll know what they are. And if you've even got an A level in biology, as my humanities graduate daughters say, you don't even need that. You just need common sense and not to be completely stupid. But the government's been lying to you for 15, 18 months. I'm sorry, they are. Now, why would I bother
just
to
common sense.
speak out? I was
No science, just common sense.
Guy who'd made quite a few millions of pounds because I was quite good at what I did. And I had a nice, happy, relaxed life. And I've made no friends and lost lots of my life over the last year. So the only reason I'm speaking out is to tell you what I just said, that you're being lied to, and there's a very bad reason for that. So anyway, to today,
You're right.
Unfortunately, the vaccines
Your
are part
reasons
of the
are
statement
badly
plan.
thought out.
I'm generally, of course, pro-vaccine, and the people who say I'm an anti-vaxxer are idiots. I've spent 32 years in the pharmaceutical industry, working to try and create new innovative medicine. So anyone who does that has my thumbs up, provided the medicines are safe and provided they're used appropriately. And these gene-based vaccines are neither.
Gene-based vaccines,
Very
huh?
briefly, just to contrast and compare what you normally think of as a vaccine and with what you've got.
Oh, we're going to go
conventional
back into the
vaccine
same
does have
shit.
all the character that I think you think of them as having, which is they're generally extremely safe. There are occasionally rare side effects, but I've had all of my shots, and so did my children and my grandchildren. So they generally provide immunity to whatever it is you've been vaccinated against. And what that does is the whole premise of vaccines, you arrive fit and well
Increased
in a
immunity.
doctor's office. They give you
Would
a
be a better
shot
way
on
to
injection.
describe it.
You might have a little soreness for a day or so in your arm, and then you're protected for a long time, often for life, against that particular serious illness. And the way that's accomplished is to give you a dose of usually a killed version of whatever that disease-causing agent is, bacterium or usually a virus, along with something else, just to wake your immune system up. That's the basis of a traditional vaccine.
I mean, for lack of a better term, that's
These are
pretty
not
good,
that
yeah.
at all, and not that
Going
at
into
all.
that further is
These
just
are
more
unique.
confusing.
They've never been used before on any scale for any kind of treatment in humans. And these all contain a piece of genetic code, either DNA with a virus to carry them into your body.
Okay. So, a dead vaccine, or like an inert virus vaccine that they give you, has DNA in it as well. That DNA and virus DNA that goes through your bloodstream is what your body fights against and learns to fight against that. And so, to put it in a better way, if you consider the virus to be a square peg, your body has to learn how to push that square peg through a square hole. It has to make the square holes. That's how vaccines work. The Pfizer vaccine and the AstraZeneca vaccines, the mRNA vaccines, they do exactly the same thing. They are more similar to a live virus vaccine in that the vaccine itself actually acts like a virus in that it injects its DNA in through the membrane of the cell. It does not go into the nucleus of the cell, which is where you have your important DNA information. But yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Would you describe that any better way, Jordan? I mean, I don't know how to say it any simpler, really. It's a case of it does exactly the same thing. The only difference is that instead of screwing around with the virus itself, they can basically print out a virus. That's the only difference. So it's like, arts and crafts. It's like making, it's like drawing a picture with your hand and digitally creating a picture. It's the difference between physical photography and digital photography. That is the difference between the mRNA is digital, traditional vaccines are analog. That's the only difference. And the fact is, we've had over a decade of research into mRNA and into other technologies such as CRISPR, which I do not know if they use CRISPR to create mRNA vaccines. That is something I haven't looked into. But either way, this is overblown. They are literally just saying this has never been done before, and they are throwing a hissy fit, and that's it. Okay.
Or messenger RNA, which is the intermediate step between your genes and protein, which is the product. And those use just basically a slippery coating of lipid nanoparticles to help them slide into your cells.
So this is really interesting, that he goes from using a very, very rudimentary explanation of how it works as in saying, you know, this is just a dead virus, basically. Like, you know, like it's not completely true, but it's much more simple to understand. But now that he's actually going into the mRNA vaccine, he's purposefully using the most complicated language he possibly can, so people who don't know what he's talking about will just get scared. He's saying a lot of big words, and that's not their fault. You know, people shouldn't have to research this shit. People shouldn't have to know everything about the world they live in, because that's just not possible in the world we live in. We should cooperate and trust and defer to the experts, as Plato said. Or is it Socrates? I think it was Socrates, actually. Plato wrote it, Socrates said it, something like that.
So all very well, all very Star Trek so far, but there's at least two major problems. The major problem, number one, with these is they've used what's called the spike protein. So you'll have all seen this cartoon ball of the virus with all these knobs, these little bumps sticking out the surface. That's called the spike protein. And they came up
which
with
looks
bright
exactly
idea
the
that
same as
if you put in
other
proteins
viruses,
in
by the way.
vaccines, then your body will manufacture some of that. How's that? You've taken over your body, so you temporarily become
working exactly the same
of,
as
virus proteins. You never
other
thought you were doing
viruses.
that before, did you? But that's what you've been doing.
Yes, I did think that was what's happening before. That's exactly what I thought was happening before, because that's how viruses work, and that's how live vaccines work. RMNA basically makes a live vaccine safe, for lack of a better term, making it simple to understand. That's basically what it does. It's a safe version of that. And when I say safe, there is a 1 in a million chance that you might have some reaction that is related to your vaccine. But that chance is the same no matter what you do. In fact, you have a higher chance of dying every time you step into your car. And I do that every day.
Protein is highly active biologically. It does lots of things. And when I point out, for example, it will cause your blood to clot.
No, it won't.
Is expressed sufficiently near your blood, then you probably should be worried, because that's exactly what it's doing.
No, it isn't.
And I'll come back to that.
That is a lie.
So that's one problem, that the
No, that isn't. No, sorry. Like, what he's just done then is actually outright lie. There is no other way of saying that. That is not the truth. There it is. That is an outright lie. Yeah, he has no proof to back up his claims, apart from the VAERS, is it VAERS website? Oh, what the hell? There's water. That's very rude. Yeah, that's an outright lie. He has no way to prove that. There is no way that he can prove that. So, yeah. If he goes on to prove that, I will retract my statement, but he will not prove it in this video. He will not show any research that supports his claims.
Being encoded to ask your body to manufacture it, itself a unique process we've never done before. Unfortunately, they picked something that is not benign. It is toxic. It's a biological.
And so the RMNA vaccine is not toxic. That is also a lie.
Toxin. But the other problem is, unlike conventional vaccines, when you get a fixed dose, let's call it 5 millismidgens of a dead virus. What you're getting now is 5 millismidgens.
What did he just say? What did you just call it? Fucking millismidgens. Oh, I can't rewind it. That sucks. Oh wow, I'm cutting off half the video. Oh no, I'm censoring him. Oh my gosh. Alright, tell us about the millismidgen.
Code. But that
oh wow,
that
such science.
Take that vaccine up very well, and I might make lots of copies of it. So I could end up with 250 millismidgens somewhere. You might take it up less well, and you might make less copies of it and get 5 millismidgens. Well, that's a
What
huge
is he
range of
talking
outcomes.
about?
That's the problem. It's absolutely inevitable. Because these
No,
vaccines have multiple steps, which are not controllable, they're not even measured.
What
but there will be
are you
differences between
talking
people. I
about?
think some people will make huge quantities of spike protein for a long time in bad places.
Oh,
They
there
may
it is.
get ill and maybe die. And other people make smaller quantities in more benign places and they say, hey, no side effects. What are you complaining about, Eden? Well, I've just explained to you. It's built into the mechanism that there will be huge variability. I think that's a major problem.
We've just gone
But
full
that's
on
the
like
contrast between
alternate facts
conventional
here.
vaccines, which are generally very safe and they work really well. And what they do is just present your body with a dead version of that which you would normally conquer, but now you don't have to have.
No, but like
disease,
we
your
don't
immune
need to
system
correct
just
any of
takes
this because it's all just
thousands of
lies.
Pictures of that dead.
It's
thing
all
on
just
it,
literally
keep the
lies
memory
until
of
we
it.
can until you can
So
show
that's
me the
convention.
research which
It
supports the
generally, though,
statements. I
takes
can
years
just
to
keep
do
calling
that
them
properly.
lies.
Somewhere between 5 and 10 years would be conventional. And that's because you want to be able to, you don't even know what dose to use when you start. We do things called dose range finding studies. We didn't do
I don't
that
even
as
need
far as I
that.
can tell. Or if we
I
did,
can
it was
just
all
call
done
it what it is.
in not very many people. So they blazed away with Operation Warp Speed, I think it was. You do know that warps don't work. You know, it's a Star Trek term. It doesn't really mean you can go fast. It's just literally absurd, isn't it? Operation Warp Speed. I mean, what happens is they just missed loads of steps out and then they lied to you and said they hadn't missed the steps out. I'm sorry, after 32 years of drug development, I'm afraid you can't get, we say in Britain, you can't get a quart into a pint pot. You just can't.
What are you talking about?
You've not done. And some of the things I'm going to come on to that we've not done, I just think there's been a complete failure of the regulatory process. So with vaccines that are rather similar to the ones I just described, the sort of traditional ones, we know generally the kind of things you want to control for. We know what goes wrong, and therefore there's a whole set of sort of rules and requirements that will help you, help make sure that the vaccine does clear those hurdles. So when you finally get to use it, you can have confidence, which you should do. We've no idea what those steps should be for a gene-based vaccine. No idea. There are no medicines of this type in humans.
That's a lie. It's obvious that he doesn't actually work in virology. You can go into the copious amount of research done over the last 10 years into mRNA vaccines. I'm not going to do that for you. But yeah, we know what's going to happen within a reasonable degree, and we have stringent emergency responses in place, a constant monitoring of the VAERS website. So I'm sorry, but that is a lie.
Mass population, no one knows what the right things are to do.
Lies.
And I would tell you, as I just described earlier, we don't know how they distribute in the body. We don't know for how long
Lies.
they make how much protein and in which bit
Lies.
of the body. That's called pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, and they've simply not been done. And as a biologist, I'm absolutely horrified.
Well, they have now.
I would be terrified if someone says you have to have this, because I would know they've no idea where it's going to go. And so
probably 8 weeks ago. Hold on.
So we haven't done any of the studies.
It was posted on the 18th of August.
And another thing is, because they're not like normal vaccines, you can't make any assumptions that it'll be, say, safe in pregnancy.
But based on the fact that there's a banner placed onto it, and the original post calls him the vice president of Pfizer instead of the vice president of allergy and respiratory research, which does say on the top of the screen, fair enough, but it is misleading. He does not study virology. Well, according to this, I should probably look that up. In fact, I'm going to fact check myself. All right, what's his name? Dr. Michael Uden? Reuters. Oh, fantastic, a fact check. Fantastic. That makes it easier for me. Alright. Oh, hey, hold on a second. Mike Uden, president, CEO, and co-founder of something called... Oh, this will be beautiful. This will be beautiful. What is he selling? What is he going to sell us? Is Ziarko. What's Ziarko? So this guy left Pfizer to start an alternate company called Ziarko, which I'm looking at this on Forbes.com, turning Pfizer discards into Novartis gold. The story of Ziarko. Oh, come on! Why is it not loading? 2011 to present. So he works at a rival company. That's amazing. 17-year advisor. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on, let me just hold on. Bring that up. Yeah. Sorry. So y'all can see what I'm doing. Get out of my way? Alright, cool. Alright, here we go. A situation that happens all too often these days. Let's breeze through this one a little bit. No, that's very big. Oh gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Play around with this a little bit. Andrew Wakefield. Why is that? Oh my gosh. That is not what I wanted it to do. Oh, really? Does he actually have his own vaccine? Is that be even better than this, than whatever this thing is? I've got too many things open. Well, I mean, that's basically it. It's always what it is. My computer's really not liking all of this open at once. It's like, what are you doing? Why do you have so many things open? Alright, and became an anti-vax hero. Developed claim, blah, 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 blah. No. Oh yeah, he was into the infertility shit, which is another lie. He claimed the pandemic fundamentally is over. Hmm. Oh my gosh. One of these, so some former colleagues at Pfizer say they no longer recognize the Mike Eden they once knew. They described him as a knowledgeable and intelligent man who always insisted on seeing evidence and generally avoided publicity. One of those ex-colleagues is Sturgeoise, I don't know how to pronounce that, a Moskos who holds degrees in molecular biology and pharmaceutics. In December, Yeadon posted on Twitter a spoof sign that said, "Ditch the mask." Moskos tweeted back, "Mike, what the hell are you out to actively kill people? You do realize that if you're wrong, your suggestions will result in deaths?" Question mark, question mark. And that's the one who's like, gosh. Had. Mm. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. So it works in XCOM. I just don't get why is it every time like someone says something dumb, right? Then, you know, you or I come out with, oh, okay, this isn't correct, and this is why it's not correct. How is that suppressing free speech and not allowing people to ask questions? We answered the fucking question. And you're just not listening to the answers. Buddy, you're you're allowed to ask questions, but don't be a dick once someone actually shows you for the idiot that you are. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Take it on the chin, learn from it, and move on. That's science. Science, bitch! I don't know, that's I don't know, maybe it's because I'm Aussie, you know? But, this kind of whinging and shit is just not... You know, they're just all having a whinge at this point, you know? Yeah, well, Yeah, exactly. Like, that's when I start to think, oh, okay, realize that, oh, this person is trying to sell something. That's how you can tell. When they switch between complicated shit and, like, making it complicated when it doesn't need to be, especially when you're describing something that you want people to be afraid of, and then describing the thing that you want people to really connect with, you know, I'm doing a terrible job of just explaining it myself right now, but it's a thought. There's a thought in my head. I think what's most illuminating it's how they give you information, because that stuff doesn't happen on accident. When I'm trying to convince something of something, those are the things I think of while I'm doing it. I mean, like, I'll make mistakes all the time. I always try and be honest about those mistakes, but obviously ADHD gets in the way. Apparently that's just an excuse. I can't use ADHD as an excuse, because that's just, taking responsibility away from your actions, apparently. Yeah. I hate fucking anti-pill people. No, I don't hate them, like, sorry, it's really cringy. It's really cringe. People who don't have mental illness talking about, oh, are we over-medicating our kids and stuff? And it's just like, well, how about we, like, research some more? How about we research some adult ADHD and give us some more information that way? How about we help some people? Well, I mean, like, I need medication to function. Like, I've thought about this as well. Like, it's not just, I mean, like, I get the whole, you're taking the medication to become a cog in the machine and blah, 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 it's all capitalism, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, yes, there is an element to that, but even if capitalism wasn't a thing, I would still want to take my medication because I like being able to be productive. It's not something that goes away when I don't have financial incentive. I still want to create. I still want to build. I still want to work in my community, and I can't do that as well when I'm not medicated. I enjoy life more when I'm treated, and I can only do so much with mindfulness. Can't fix myself. And so much you can do for yourself, really. Yeah, well, like, looking at the that video I mentioned earlier, about that YouTuber who had ADHD, but, like, obviously wasn't treated and was around toxic people. Like I know that she did some stupid ass shit, and, like, there's consequences and shit. But the fact that she was never supported by those people in her life, and I know as someone with ADHD, like, you need people in your life who are going to pick up the slack for you, because it's a disability and you deserve support when you have a disability. And giving me shitty examples, like celebrities who have made it. Yeah, cool. Like, you know, one in a billion people like break free of the poverty trap and make it as millionaires. Fantastic. Yeah. But what about like the overabundance of ADHD adults who don't even realize that they have a mental disability? Like, you know, the ADHD in adults is one of the most underdiagnosed conditions. It affects, you know, 1 in 10, was it? I can't even remember. I know it was something insane like that. But, you know, this is something which affects a large amount of the community. And it's not talked about, and it affects people's lives. And I just hate going on to YouTube drama videos where they're ripping apart people who obviously have a mental illness and obviously need support. And then you go into the comment sections and see all of the, oh, as someone with ADHD, I hate this person because, you know, they're just using it as an excuse. I'm like, oh, fantastic. Like, you've got your internalized ableism showing on your sleeve there. And that's, you know, that's what we deal with. I don't know, man. I don't know. We can't trust the Australian government. They want us to take the jab. They want to force the jab on us. Can't do that, buddy. Oh no, I was joking, but we can do that if you like. Mm. Yeah, you know, yeah. Like, okay, here's something that I want to blow out of the water right here. The idea of growing out of a disability does not mean that you no longer have a disability. It just means that instead of putting energy towards yourself and your own happiness, you put all of your energy towards trying to mask. That's all it is. You've learned how to mask, and then at you know, 2 o'clock p.m. you find yourself completely exhausted, and people don't understand why you like can't function, why you don't have the energy to brush your teeth, why you can't do the things that everyone does, and like you question yourself, why can't I do these things which other people find easily? You're masking, and you're exhausted at the end of the day. And you're not able to function because people think you're normal, and you've succeeded in life, and you've fixed yourself. And then you look at other people who are talking about their problems, and you know, oh, I worked hard to get rid of my problems. Why can't they just, you know, work hard? And this is this vicious cycle of people talking about each other and not creating community of support. Sorry, it's been interrupting. What did you want to say? Undiagnosed or undiagnosed? Of adults? Huh, 9. That's so weird. You think... You send me the link. Send me the link, we'll read it together. Oh, you said it to me. Okay, cool. Copy a link. Just pop you in. Where are you? Place and go. Yeah. Alright, percent morbidity, child, blah, blah, blah. There's children, physical, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's 317. School, sorry, no. These are all for children. Jeez. See, I mean, this is the issue that we have. They don't pay attention. Yeah, they don't pay attention to adults. Because, you know, we've learnt to mask by them. Well, I mean, like, this is just it, you know, like, everything I've learned has been through my own seeking out of these things, which isn't how things should be. I should be able to talk to a specialist, but there are no specialists. And I've asked every single psych I've ever been to, everyone in the mental health professions, I've said, hey, do you know someone who has expert knowledge in adult ADHD? And never found anyone. And that's me who... Oh, you mean the suicide rate of people with autism? Trigger warning. Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to put a trigger warning. Aww. It's no. I understand what you're saying. It's morbid humor. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Testing 1 2 3. Sorry, I ran out of charge thing. So I missed all of that. Adult. I don't know, ADHD adult. Diagnosis and treatment. Biomed Central, PDF clocks validity of pilot self-report style to... That's interesting. Executive function. Meta-analytic review, that'll be interesting. Diagnostic, blah, blah, blah. No. Journal of Attention Disorders. I'm not familiar with that one. Sage Pub. Maybe. 966 now. No. Psychosocial. Psychosocial. It's psychosocial. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking through these, looking for journals. Oh, hello. Citations. If you have more citations, that can often mean that it's that's interesting. Adult ADHD, a new disease. Fucking hell, what? What is the empirical? Emotional dysregulation. Substance abuse, smoking patterns. Detection of malingering. Oh, it is a beautiful word. Recent developments in psychosocial. Oh my gosh, there is a lot in here. Comorbidity, adults. That might be interesting. Adult ADHD and no, come on. Management of ADHD in adults, 138 citations, sounds good. All right, who is this one? Science Direct. Biological psychiatry? What? I guess this is medication one. Education's an adult crime. Well, I mean, anyone could tell you that. Okay, future directions. This is just an editorial, so it's not actually a journal, but it's a good place to, like, if you find like a editorial, it's not something that you should cite as a source, but if you scroll down, you can see all of these yummy, delicious sources that you should look up. But by scrolling down this one, there are a lot of out-of-date citations here. We've got 1994. That is a very old one. 2006 is still, I'm seeing a lot of really old ones, and this was, I mean, this article itself was published in 2008, so I wouldn't use this as current either. 2002, no. See, it annoys me that executive functioning was a term in 2005 and I'd never even heard about it. Oh, I was just going through Google Scholar to see what people had to say. Forgot what I was looking for originally, but that's diagnosis. Underdiagnosis of adult ADHD. Who is this? Journal of Attention. Blah blah blah. I'll probably say that was there. This looks like a peer cited by 170 people. It looks promising. Journal of Attention Disorders. I'm not familiar with this one. Sorry, but it is member of COPE. Attention Disorder COPE Committee. See, this is the annoying thing about actually doing research, is you got to go down rabbit holes before you actually use something as a source. Like literally, like it. This is. Oh, can you not? I don't want to read more. I just want to go. Yeah, whatever. Accept. Just want to go to your financial statements. That's nice. Membership survey report. I like to find out where they get their funding, because often that's a very easy way to filter out what means nothing to me. That means nothing to me. And no. Hmm. 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 Oh, it's just a server. Oh, it's a server of their members. Oh gosh, I'm dumb. All right. Well, let's just use this one. It's 2012. It's almost 10 years out of date, but it'd be nice to know. And it's behind a paywall, which sucks, but obviously. But basically, the substantial social burden highlights a better understanding of effect, blah, 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 and the low recognition of the disorder in many world regions. That's basically what I want to try and say. It's like, if I spent 5 hours actually doing research and I would be able to get that information and put it out there. But you're going to have to just trust me that this is the truth without me actually doing the work right now in front of you. True. Oh, you got me one now. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's so easy, especially on Google. It's so easy, especially on Google Docs or Google Scholar, to find yourself in a open source journal. So, I love my open source, but unfortunately, open source journals are garbage. They are absolute garbage, and you should never look at them. They are not worth looking at because they do not have the string that they are profit driven. An open source journal would only work in a communist society, basically. As long as we didn't have any of those Russian scientists who hate the bourgeoisie science, which is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. I mean, yeah. Well, no, actually, I was going to say it's not as bad as anti-vaxxers, but I realized it was exactly the same thing, so. But yeah, what should we move on to now? Find something cool. Or should we call it a night because I've got work tomorrow? I think we've got some good things that I can clip out of that, actually. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, for anyone who watches this later and gets angry at me for saying Destiny's a shit and fuck anti-vaxxers, yeah, you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, drop me a like, a subscribe, comment down below. If you didn't like what you saw, dislike, comment down below, start a flame war. You know, the power is yours. Stealing jokes from the serfs, of course. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, Jordan. I always enjoy having a chat about yeah. I think next time I'll figure out how to play that game. Before I got on, I just like playing things blind once in a while. Oh, I'm gonna have to find. Well, I mean, I'm planning on running that, starting that Rogue Tech long campaign. So I'm gonna start Twitch channel. So keep your eye on that. When I start my Twitch channel, it'll be called something like, I don't know, Lucy's Shady Knoll or something like that. So I can throw shade. And foxes like shade, right? Yeah. Yeah, you can throw shade on Twitch and try not to break TOS. It's gonna be fun. Start a flame war. Cool. Alright. Bye.